Hey there, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Whether you're a big time collector like me or you're just someone who likes to get games on the cheap, this is going to be an awesome video. I put together 10 games that I found on Gamestop's website that you can either go to a store and buy physically, or you can order online and get sent a physical copy directly to you. One good thing to know is if you buy pre-owned game from GameStop, they may or may not include the case. However, if you go with a store that has the case with your receipt, you can always get the case for free. So I've done that with several of my GameStop purchases. So as long as you buy smart from GameStop, you should be covered. And with 10 Nintendo Switch games under $10, I think you guys are going to be pretty excited to check out the list. Here it is. The first game on the list is Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. This game is currently going for $9.99 brand new at GameStop and GameStop.com, as well as $8.99 pre-owned. This game is a self-described XCOM clone. So if you like XCOM, which is a form of tactical turn-based RPG similar to Mario and Rabbids or Fire Emblem, if you like that type of game, think Final Fantasy Tactics, this is definitely the game for you. For $9.99, you really can't go wrong, and it's got beautiful graphics. The Metacritic scores for this game were generally positive, but here's the catch, and here's why it might be $9.99, is that on Switch, it received a 69 out of 100. So basically a 70 is still definitely a solid game. It's definitely something to be aware of, however, that this game was criticized when it first came out for the Switch, that it was a buggy port. However, for $10, it's definitely worth a shot, and if they do have patches that make that a little better, then for $9.99, it's up to you whether it's worth. If you are interested in picking this up, I would do a little more research on it for yourself. It's only $10, so you might as well take a shot on it. The next game is Soldam, Drop, Connect, Erase. And this is currently going for $9.99 pre-owned at GameStop. This is a puzzle game for the Switch, and this is somewhat similar to Tetris if you look at the screen. How it works is you rotate pairs of fruits, and if you match the fruits in a line in the same color, it will vanish. You can do it diagonal, horizontal, or vertical lines. And the game ends when a horde pile reaches the danger zone on the top screen. There's a little bit of a story to this game. In the fairy forest, a group of creatures live in a tree of Soldam. They eat fruits and bloom themselves into flowers, aided by two guardians. The game actually received pretty mixed reviews on Metacritic, so I would only pick up this one if you're looking to pad out the collection a little bit, or if you like puzzle games, then it's definitely worth it for $10. The next game on the list is Voez, which is currently going for $9.97 brand new at GameStop. Voez is a rhythm game similar to games like Elite Beat Agents or Hatsune Miku, where you actually use the touch screen to tap to the beat of the songs in time. If you guys have played games like Hatsune Miku on the PS4 or the PS Vita, it's a very similar game to that. And for those of you who are completely lost, think Dance Dance Revolution, Amplitude, those old school games. Voez is actually originally a smartphone game, but it was a hugely popular and successful one. It's all J-pop songs. And it got a physical release on the Nintendo Switch and continues to get updated with more songs. Well, the mobile version has a 90 on Metacritic. The Nintendo Switch version actually has an extremely respectable score of an 81 on Metacritic. So this is kind of a steal of a deal, guys, and definitely one that I would pick up. I may have already picked this up for my collection when it was a little more expensive. It's a great game, and I recommend it to anyone that likes rhythm games. The next game on the list is RIOT, Civil Unrest, for the Nintendo Switch, and this is going for $9.97 brand new at GameStop. This game actually has a very cool concept. It is a simulation style game, like think Civilization or, Sim City, The Sims, that kind of thing, except basically there are mass riots that are happening, and you get to choose whether you play as either the rioters or the police, and you can make different tactical decisions. Obviously, if you're playing as the rioters, you want the riot to overtake the city and the police department to go down. And obviously, if you're playing as the police, your goal is to contain the riot and eventually regain control of the city and maintain law and order. I really like the concept. Unfortunately, this game didn't get the best reviews, so it's not one that looking at it I'd recommend, although the gameplay does look kind of cool to me, and for $10, even if I know it's not going to be a great game, I might pick it up. If you're interested in the simulation genre, I would for sure pick it up for $10. And if you're not sure, maybe pass on it, but maybe if you see it in a GameStop, or if you need a little bit more to pad out your order and get some free shipping, this looks like a solid game, and you could do a lot worse than this. The next game on this list is Has Been Heroes. And right now you can pick up Has Been Heroes for the Nintendo Switch at GameStop for $9.99 new, or same price pre-owned. That's not a mistake. It's also $9.99 pre-owned. Has Been Heroes is an action strategy video game with roguelike elements. It kind of features a mixture of turn-based strategy and real-time strategy mechanics. And to me, it almost feels like a tower defense sort of game as you're progressing through the game. This game has been out nearly since the launch of the Switch and has been pretty cheap for a long time too. But a good thing to note, guys, is there's alternate covers for this. There's like a greenish, purplish cover, and then there's more of an orange cover. And if you don't have both covers, you know, GameStop is going to charge you the same price either way. So if you're a physical collector, definitely make sure you have both the covers for this game. It's a pretty easy one to pick up both for. The game received a lot of praise for its combat system, but also a lot of criticism. And the criticism came from both the gameplay being repetitive, but also extremely high difficulty. So if you like difficult games and you like this genre of games, it's definitely there to pick up. Otherwise, if looking at the screen, this seems like something that is right up your alley, then I say go for it. It's only $10. Next up, we have Goosebumps The Game. Goosebumps The Game is currently going for $9.97 brand new at GameStop. And I know what you're thinking. This is a throwaway game on the list. Well, how could this ever be good? But it's actually not a throwaway game. I can't confirm that it's good per se, but if you grew up reading Goosebumps, think of those choose your own adventure books. Those were my favorite ones. This looks a lot like it literally takes some of the classic Goosebumps stories like Dead House, Stay Out of the Basement, and turns them into the choose your own adventure style with point and click style gameplay. So it actually looks really intriguing to me, and after doing some research on this game and finding out some more information, I'm pretty intrigued, even if it doesn't have the best gameplay. And I will say, the animations and graphics don't really appeal to me. However, the music that you can't hear right now really does set the tone and the atmosphere and kind of enhances the experience a lot. Goosebumps The Game is one that I think is worth picking up for the $10 to have the full physical game on a cartridge for $9.99 with that beautiful cover art. If you grew up with Goosebumps, for sure, I'm getting it for the nostalgia alone. The next game on the list is Poi Explorer Edition, and right now you can pick up Poi Explorer Edition physical copy for $9.99 pre-owned at GameStop. Poi Explorer Edition is a classic 3D platformer. Kind of a neat concept that you set sail on an airship to collect Explorer medallions and unravel the mysteries of the Milky Way globe. You explore different lands, meet new characters. Well, you're basically on a collect-a-thon to get all the medallions and become a true master explorer. Now, the graphics right away, to me, are not appealing. They kind of remind me of Wind Waker, which isn't a bad thing, but they look worse, and Wind Waker came out almost 20 years ago, a few console generations ago. That being said, I looked into some reviews of this and some people talking about it on sites like Reddit, and people said the platforming is actually pretty solid and feels like a 3D Mario game, which is very high praise. So even though I am a little skeptical on Poi Explorer Edition, for $10, I'd say that's probably worth the risk. But keep in mind, you don't have to pick up every single game on this list, so if there's other ones that jump out at you, go for those. But if you're always in the mood for a nice collectathon, 3D platformer with some light combat, don't expect anything too complex with the combat, Poi Explorer Edition might be the game you end up picking up on this list, and if you do, I hope you enjoy it. This next game on the list is Fun Animal Park, and it is currently going for $9.97 brand new at GameStop. Can we talk about how this is $25 pre-owned and how that just should not be a thing? If there's any dud in the list, this would be it. However, you might want to buy it because it is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. I know that there are going to be some filthy collectors out there like myself that just can't pass up on a Nintendo Switch exclusive. It's a bad party, multiplayer sports minigame type game with animals. Pick this one up if you're a collector like me, or if for some reason this trailer appeals to you, this is the game for you. That's awesome. The next game on the list is Troll and I, and right now you can get a physical copy of Troll and I for $9.99, pre-owned at GameStop. This is a game that has been inexpensive for a while, and it's basically mainly due to performance issues. A lot of people that looked past the issues actually enjoyed the game, which centers around a young boy named Otto that forms a bond with a giant troll who is being pursued by a merciless hunter, and it takes place in a post-World War II Scandinavia. You use Otto and the troll to solve different puzzles. The troll is obviously capable of more powerful attacks that can kill enemies with a single blow, and Otto relies on some lighter and more nimble attacks, but you have to use them together and control them separately to solve the puzzles. And the neat thing about this game is it has couch co-op multiplayer, where one player can control the troll and one player can control Otto. That is what makes it unique, and this game was actually originally going to be published by Square Enix. Unfortunately, all the issues the game have makes it really hard to play for a lot of people, and it got pretty abysmal Metacritic reviews on every platform, not just the Switch. So keep that in mind, but if you're willing to give a pretty unique concept a shot to kind of see what Maximum Games was trying to go for with this game, $10, might be worth picking up. The last game is probably one of the most well-known games on this list, and that is Starlink Battle for Atlas, which you can currently get for $9.99 pre-owned at GameStop, but it is game only, so it doesn't have any of the ships or anything. If you're familiar with Starlink, it's basically a Star Fox game, and the Nintendo Switch version literally is a Star Fox game. It has a complete story mode all about Star Fox built into the game. It's a great game, but it's been talked about a lot. The reason I've included it on the list is because this is the very last game that GameStop has that you can get physical for under $10 right now. They have some other gems for $12.99, $14.99, and I might do another video to show some more physical games in the $10 to $20 range. But for right now, I wanted to keep this all under $10. So Starlink, it's a fantastic game. It undersold, and it's pretty much on clearance everywhere, including GameStop. I would absolutely pick this game up. I've picked up multiple starter sets of this. You can get the full starter set at a lot of Best Buys and GameStop as well. So definitely pick up Starlink Battle for Atlas if you can. And that wraps up the list for 10 Switch games that you can get physically for less than $10 at GameStop right now. And that wraps up the list, guys. 10 games that you can get physically right now at GameStop for less than $10 for the Nintendo Switch. Pretty awesome video. I had a lot of fun making it, put a lot of work into it. I hope you liked it. Please consider dropping a like, dropping a subscribe for more content just like this. I'm working on a 3DS buying guide of how to get a new Nintendo 3DS for about $60 in good condition in 2020. So that's going to be really exciting to do as well. I hope I can see a lot of you guys there. And again, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.